Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. I gotta apologize. My throat is like raw, guys. I was sick as a dog all of last week. I have like 4 different channels. I couldn't upload on any of them because I couldn't record any commentary. I literally spoke to my wife. I was like, it may get to the point where I'm gonna have to write a script and you're gonna have to record it because I just can't talk. It was rough. Bad week. Anyways, up and running now. My throat's pretty raw. I feel a lot better. That's the good news. No more fever and all that business. It's just sort of the fallout, you know, the aftermath, the long lingering stuff. So I've been drinking a lot more tea than whiskey in the last week or so. But anyways, happy to dive into some whiskeys today for the first time in a while. Very excited about that. Big shout out to Karma Brady in our Discord. He and I got to actually link up this weekend. As I was just getting, and I warned him several times. He can attest to this. I was like, dude, I have been sick. He's like, I don't care. I'm in town. I want to see you. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yes. So we met up for coffee at a local coffee shop, and he did a lot of like brewery tours and stuff while he was here. Anyways, good meeting you, brother. Appreciate you. Let's dive into these. We have a bunch of Michter stuff on the table today. I already covered the 2025 Bombergers in its own video. I didn't have Shenks yet at the time. I now have the 2025 Shenks, and I have the Michter's Toasted Barrel Finish Kentucky Sweet Mash, the Kentucky Sour Mash Whiskey. Okay, so let's talk about these, and then we will get into them. Sour Mash Whiskey. This is not technically a bourbon, which is why it's called Kentucky Sour Mash Whiskey. It is 86 proof. This is what it says, distilled in small batches according to the Michter's pre-Revolutionary War quality standards dating back to 1753. So idea is kind of like a throwback thing. It's their US 1 Sour Mash Whiskey, right? But finished in toasted barrels. It's that simple. I will tell you, I had a sip of this when it first came in. It's been a while. And then I shared it with somebody. And so this will be my first like full pour of it, even though the level is a little bit down. I had a little bit of a hit from it, but this has mostly been other people, so I'm excited to dive into this. I'm a little worried, though. I'll be transparent about that. I love Michter's stuff, like especially their ryes. Love Michter stuff. I'm a little on the fence about this just on paper, because the MSRP of this bottle is $110. There's no age statement. It's 86 proof. Like on paper, I would look at this and I would say, oh, that looks like a decent $60 bottle, but it's double that. So we'll see. Next up, we got the 2025 Shenks. We've covered the Bombergers and Shenks duo before on the channel. So excited to have the matching set for 2025. This is the Homestead Sour Mash Whiskey. This one comes in at 91.2 proof. This is also $110 MSRP. Cool. The Shenks is intended to be a rye forward profile. Okay. Other than that, they sort of ride on this whole sour mash thing. Like, it's a sour mash whiskey. I don't know that I'm not sure that's a selling point anymore, because sour mashing is what literally most people do. It's a great way to control pH levels. You use the back set, whatever. Most people are sour mashing, unless you're a small distillery and you're not running your stills regularly, because obviously you can't just sit on spent grains from a previous run and just let them sit there until you're going to run the still again a week later. Like, they'd go gross. So it's only when you're like doing back-to-back runs that you can do back set anyways. But most people who are consistently pumping out whiskey are sour mashing. It's just kind of the standard. Anyways, that being said, let's get in here. First up is the limited release Toasted Barrel Finish Sour Mash Whiskey. I definitely get the toasted barrel, like that brown sugar and toasted oak, but I'm also getting this like really peculiar, I'm going to say it and you're going to be like, bro, what? You sure your sniffer's recovered? I get sesame oil. Yeah. Like I'm getting a pan ready for some stir fry. I got some sesame oil in there sizzling. It kind of smells like that. Plus brown sugar and toasted oak. It's peculiar. I'll give it that. I'm kind of excited about this profile on the palate. And I really hope, I know it sounds weird to say, but I kind of hope that sesame oil note delivers on the palate. Let's try it. Cheers. Whoa, that is strangely vegetal. I mean, that sesame note is very prevalent sesame seed, even like even somewhat of a sunflower crisp kind of a thing going on too. Like small toasted seeds, you know what I'm saying? And then have you ever had like roasted, maybe like Brussels sprouts and cauliflower in a balsamic glaze? It reminds me of that balsamic and vegetal combination, which I love, by the way. That's not a knock. I actually really appreciate that. I think this is really unique in terms of the flavors it is delivering. I do have a criticism, and that's 86 proof is simply not enough. It's nowhere close to enough. I want at least 10 more proof points to make this bottle feel like it deserves a $110 price point. If I'm going to pay 110 bucks for this bottle, I want another 10 proof points on this at the bare minimum, and I would love an age statement too. Like, let me know for sure that I'm getting at least like a 6-year-old product here. I like what's going on with this, but they added too much water. I feel like there's no way around it. They put too much water in this, which feels like it's robbing me of what would be like a really cool whiskey. I celebrate things that are offbeat, a little madcap, if you will, and that's baked into the DNA of this whiskey, but they're just withholding too much. It's like they're playing it a little too close to the chest. I'm like, dude, be a little more bold, be a little more assertive, be confident in what you've got going on here, because I think that this could really shine if you let it. But it was almost like a, try this if you want to, kind of a thing. And at $110, I want you to be a little more assertive. I like what's going on here. Really interesting, really cool notes. Give me more. Let's move on to the Shenks. Immediately, this is delivering more crisp, clean qualities on the nose. It's evocative of like if you were in a state park in the Pacific Northwest or something, and you had like glacial melt lakes in front of you with that bright blue with the crisp evergreen trees around it. But there is a bold sweetness that's accompanying it. It's the kind of sweetness I would associate with like a really creamy custard of sorts. A good vanilla custard. I like that nose quite a bit. There's a subtle oak that accompanies it, but it's not the star of the show. It's kind of letting those other notes shine through. Let's try it. Cheers. Yeah, sweet and spice. Sweet and spice. Those things kind of go in hand here. It's giving me this a mouthfeel that reminds me of chewing on a piece of like wintergreen mint gum. You know what I mean? Gives you that cold sensation, but it's also sweet. It's not all spice. You get that mintiness, but it's offset by I think a little bit of that candy sweetness, which I'm going to attribute to that custard note we were getting on the nose. It's a little watery when it first hits your palate, but it opens up quite nicely in the mid palate and then into the finish. I think my two complaints would be too soft initially and too soft later in the finish. It doesn't drag out very long. So you have this like rapid crescendo and then a fast drop off. A lot of you guys know what that's about. Some of you guys prone to a rapid crescendo and then a sudden stop. We're getting off trail. You guys do this to me. This is your fault. Anyways, I'm liking what's going on here. I'm just wanting more of it. Be more assertive up front on the front end of that sip, and then give me a nice finish that I can hang on to and kind of chew on for a little bit. Otherwise, it's flat initially, has a nice crescendo that I do really enjoy, and then a little bit of a letdown of a finish. I gotta say, so far, the Bombergers of 2025 has been the most impressive of the limited releases that I've had from Michter's this year. I actually really like this bottle quite a bit. These two, I feel like, have been moderately disappointing for the price tag. 110 bucks is a big ask for something that's gonna under-deliver, right? And that's hard for me to say because I love Michter's. I friggin' love Michter's. And I will still try to get my hands on... I did try the barrel strength rye already this year, which was a friggin' dynamite, by the way. I would love to get a bottle of that on my shelf, as well as a 10-year rye. So those are the two that I'm still actively in the hunt for, because I know the barrel strength rye is straight fire, and I haven't had the 10-year yet from this year. If you have had those, let me know what you think of them as well. And if you've had these, let me know what your impressions were so I can see if there's a little bit of a consistency and consensus there. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into the video today. If you enjoyed it, let me know by leaving a like on the video, because that's the best free way to support the content right here on YouTube. Cheers, my friends. May you live richly and get better with age. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.